The entire time in the lift, Ginger and Felicia discussed love at first sight. One can hardly be in love with a man when one doesn't know a fig about him, Ginger insisted. For heaven's sake, Felicia, you don't even know the gentleman's name. You saw the way he looked at me. Eyes as deep blue as the sea, brooding desire, the current of electricity that shot between us. Ginger laughed out loud. You've been reading too many penny dreadfuls. She snatched the book tucked under Felicia's arm and read the title, Women in Love. It's not a penny dreadful. Felicia snatched back the novel written by D.H. Lawrence and held it to her heart. Laugh if you must, but I know, in the depths of my soul, that he's the one for me. I do hope the fellow is single, Ginger said, and that Ambrosia would approve, though Ginger kept that thought to herself. Felicia was beyond caring if her choice of gentleman du jour pleased her grandmother, and her ongoing single status was a point of contention between the two gold women. When they reached their floor, the lift attendant opened the gate. Ginger had to give the man credit for holding in the grin that balanced on the edge of his smile. Thank you, Mr. Weaver. Ginger and Felicia paused at their respective doors. 1 hour, Felicia said. Let's eat before we go. Basil and Scout aren't coming in for lunch, so I'll order something to be brought up. We'll take it in your suite so Ambrosia can join us. Having their luxurious room to herself was what Ginger needed at that moment. Setting her beach bag on the table, she found herself drawn to the chaise longue. I'll lie down for a few minutes before deciding on an outfit suitable for sailing. I should ring for Lizzie. The next thing she knew, Ginger was startled awake by loud knocking on the door. She checked her watch. Oh, mercy! An hour had passed, and she'd slept through it. Hurrying to the door, she opened it to Felicia, whose countenance soured. You're not dressed. Did you order lunch? I fell asleep. Ginger's hand went to her belly. I can't believe how this one, barely the size of a plum, drains all my energy. What will I do when it becomes full size? Felicia smiled, her eyes softening with forgiveness. I'll order lunch, but you must hurry. I just looked out of the window and saw Basil and Scout heading this way. The lift bell rang, and Ginger thought it was indicative of her husband and son's arrival. Felicia tugged on Ginger's arm, unceremoniously pulling her into the corridor. The gentleman who'd so quickly captured Felicia's heart had stepped into view, along with a second, shorter man. When the gentleman spotted them, the one who'd caught Felicia's eye said, Good day, ladies. I hope you're enjoying your visit to Brighton. Of the two, he was the more attractive and apparently less reserved than his companion, who stayed quiet. Felicia giggled and patted at her short, dark finger waves. She'd changed into a yellow summer frock of printed georgette, with a one-side jabot and a showy bow on the girdle sash. She looked fresh and youthful. Still in her beach clothes, Ginger felt tired and haggard in comparison, a feeling she was most definitely not used to. We just arrived yesterday, Felicia said. Today has been lovely so far. Are you with the Bainbridge party? Ginger asked. Mrs. Bainbridge had mentioned that the rest of the floor had been reserved for them. When the men nodded, she added, I'm so sorry to hear about your missing friend. Still no word? Thank you, madam, the short one said. I'm afraid we've not had any promising news. Removing his hat, the taller man said, Please forgive my manners. I'm Davenport Witt, and this is Findlay. Mr. Findlay removed his hat. How do you do? Felicia answered for them both. Very well, thank you. Davenport Witt. Where had Ginger heard that name before? Charles is being modest, Mr. Findlay added smoothly. He's the Earl of Wincanton, and calls himself Lord Davenport Witt.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.